Serena, what impressed you? It was your first time playing Madison. What impressed you most about her game? Obviously, you'd seen her before, but what impressed you about actually being out there with her?
Well, I was impressed by her ability to stay in the match, and she never let up at all to the end, and I think that is a really great quality to have.
Serena, what were you most happy about with your game today?
Well, I was just happy to get through it today, and I think I was able to serve big when I needed to, so that really helped me out a lot.
What's her ball feel like, Serena, compared to other players that you go up against?
She hits a very, very hard ball, but she also hits it very deep. So it's a little different trying to prepare for that, but yeah, so I wasn't ready really for that.
How's your health, Serena? You've been coughing a lot during and after matches. Is that something that's been bothering you for a long time, or just in the last week or so?
Just the last week, but I'm doing much better today. Every day I'm getting better. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I did the past couple of days.
You said on court that you were surprised that you didn't expect to be in the final this time. Is that
Yeah.
just because of what happened at Hopman Cup, or what happened in off season, or why did you feel like, even though you won Singapore, you won the U.S. Open, why were you thinking it wouldn't set up for you here?
Wow, put it that way. Uh, yeah, I didn't play well, I don't think, in Hopman. I was so off, and I felt like I wasn't moving well, and then I just wasn't feeling great on the court. And it's been so long since I even been in a final here. I kind of was just like, oh, let me just try. But my whole theory now is just to relax and play every match the best I can. And when I step out on the court and I hear the announcer, I'm like, I don't have to win anymore. So now I can just relax and have fun.
What would your read be of Madison's future? She has such good strokes and good fighter, good run here. What's your read in terms of how far she can really go in the game?
Well, I think she'll be really good. I think she can go really, really far. I think she can be the best in the world. And the way she played today, I definitely think she has potential to be number one and win Grand Slams. And it's exciting to see.
Are you happy? Well, obviously you're happy to see a young American emerge like this, but just take a minute and explain your thoughts about that.
Yeah, it's great to see her do so well as an American as well. Myself and my sister, we've been fighting so long, and now she's coming up, and so many other Americans as well. But her in particular is just doing so well and consistently, and she just has this desire to be the best, and that's what it takes.
She's almost like the other Williams sister, almost the younger one coming through. Is it just in time for American tennis?
It's just in time, absolutely. I definitely don't plan on retiring after this tournament or anything, but yeah, it's really good timing and to get her back, get her in the mix.
Serena, once when it was cold, some wind, the mothers were telling their children, cover your up, don't stay with half naked. But you went, with all your back, that the wind could touch you and get you. I mean, don't you think you should cover yourself a little bit more, having all your problems?
Yeah, I'm a modern woman now, though, so I wear modern designs, but maybe I should have. Exactly.
Serena, looking forward to the final. All the numbers go your way if we're looking at statistics in terms of head-to-head and your success in the finals here in Melbourne as well. You put that stuff out of your head?
Absolutely. I mean, Maria's playing great. She is in the tournament only because she's a fighter and only because she refuses to give up. So, yeah, it's a new match, and she has nothing to lose. Once again, so she has only things to gain, and I feel that way too. I feel like really I don't. I've won this tournament several times. I don't have to go out there and have another title. I want it, but it's not life or death for me. So I think that helps me relax, and yeah. So she absolutely has nothing to lose, and all she can, and I have nothing to lose. So it'll be fun.
Where did this attitude of just playing for fun and not having to win, where did it come from?
Well, it started last year because I was so hype on getting to 18, and I lost every Grand Slam early. I didn't make it to any quarterfinals, and then after Wimbledon, I decided to just not necessarily not care, but just relax and then it all kind of came back for me after that. So, and I think it's been working.
Serena, what do you remember about your first match against Maria here in '05? You know, losing head-to-head against her back then, and you saved a few match points and won. What do you remember about that?
The only thing I remember is an inside-out forehand on match point, and I hit it for a winner, and I hit it and I walked to the next side as if I already knew it was going to be a winner. So that was just, interesting. That's the only thing I really remember.
You remember walking? Do you remember your reaction surprising you? I guess you're saying.
Yeah, because I watched it a couple of years ago on YouTube, and I just remember I hit this forehand inside out on match point on a good serve, and I didn't react like as if she was going to get back. I just walked to the deuce side. I was like, wow. It's crazy.
Serena, how much pride do you take in your record against her? Because she's been probably the second best player of this era in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think she's been a wonderful player of this era, and she's so consistent, and she does. She just wants to always get better.
How much pride do you take in your record against her?
I don't know. I take a lot of pride in it, but it's not one thing I'm thinking about, well, I don't want this to happen. I just go out there and play, and I think my game matches up well against her. I love playing her. I think it's fun. I love her intensity. For whatever reason, I just love playing, and I just have the time of my life.
What do you remember about the last time you lost to her? Do you remember?
Yeah, she was 17. She was super young, and I think I was basically underhand serving, and it was in LA.
Serena, on the men's side, we talk about all the big, great rivalries, and those guys have to talk about how those rivalries have changed over the course of the years. Between Roger, Rafa, Novak, Roger, etc. How has that rivalry with you and Maria and your relationship changed over the last 10, 15 years, or 10, 11 years?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we don't play each other that much. Sometimes we do. I mean, the past year and a half, 2 years, we play each other more than we normally do. So, so I don't know.
When asked about it, what her confidence level was like coming into the match against you, she just said, well, I'm good enough to be here. That should be all I'm worrying about. Is that the way to approach it?
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm happy to be in the final myself. And, so I think I'm going to, hopefully I'll do better, and at this point.
How are you feeling? Is it the chest, is it affecting your aerobic capacity or what?
I hope not. I've been keeping my points short, so we'll see. But I feel like I'm able to run and stuff. So, yeah.
Serena, a lot of people talk about the specific intensity that you bring to each match, and especially against Maria. How do you marry that intensity with what you're talking about and relaxing and having fun?
Yes, that's a good question. It's so important to have great intensity, but at the same time to keep calm and not get overworked up. And so that's what I've been working on, is just making sure I stay super, super intense, but not to a point where it affects my game. So I'm always pumped up and always ready, but at the same time, I'm always like, okay, you need to stay calm at this moment and at this point.
Serena, do you consider what you have with Maria a rivalry? Because some people would say that it's been too one-sided to be called that.
I can't answer that. I don't think I can answer that question.
And talk about the second to last game, match point after match point after match point. What was happening and what was going through your mind?
Man, I don't know. I just thought I was going to serve it out regardless, and I was like, I just may as well keep fighting. And then every time I had a match point, I just pushed instead of going for my shots, or she hit an ace, or she hit a big serve, or I hit a weak return because her serve was really well today, and she hit it for a winner. And I think more than anything, she just went for a broke at that point, and she had nothing to lose times a million, and she just really went for everything.
Serena, what is going to be the most important factor in the final against Maria, and how important is getting off to a really good, solid start going to be?
It's going to be important for me to get off to a good start, I think. With that being said, if not, I'm going to be ready to fight. I think she really wants this, and I could see that she wants to do well, and she wants to improve her game, and she wants to take it to the next level. And So so I have to know that she wants to win probably a lot.
This has been a great tournament for you, especially in times in your career where you hadn't been doing as well elsewhere. You were able to manage it here. You felt that feeling coming back this time around? I know you had talked about how it had not been going your way here, bad luck the past few recent years.
Yeah, but I've been I won the Open and I won some tournaments last year, so it's not like my career was on the brink of destruction, But so I don't know. I seem to do well in Australia when my career is a little shaky, but I won a couple of times when it wasn't so shaky.
Great for women's tennis that it's like a title fight. It's a number 1 and 2 against the world. It's a popcorn match, as Andre Agassi would say.
I think so. I think it's a great for women's tennis. I think it's good for me and Maria. I think it's I'm excited. Like I said, I love playing her. I look forward to it. I feel like I didn't expect to get to the finals of this tournament when I first got here because I wasn't playing great. So I'm happy to be here, and yikes, I'm just happy, like I said, to get past the quarterfinal of a slam. So 4th round actually. So outside the Open.
What do you make of having a good number of African Americans in the top 100?
It's great. I mean, I think it's wonderful. I mean, myself and Venus have been playing for years, and it's so good to see people of different color be able to play a sport that was, once dominated by one race.
Do you attribute to anything other than perhaps you and Venus inspiring them, or?
Well, I think you can't put everything on me and Venus. I think there was so many other African American players like Althea Gibson, Zena Garrison, Lori McNeil, Camille Benjamin. There's been so many players that have done really, really well and inspired us to play. I still talk to Zena all the time, and and she inspires me, and just knowing what she's gone through makes me want to work harder.
Serena, do you let yourself envision holding up the trophy at the end of the tournament?
I did in the first couple of rounds as I wasn't playing great, and I thought just think of the end, and I'm still here, so we'll see.
What about coaching in the future? I mean, Lindsay Davenport in Madison's corner asked Madison about picking your brain during the Fed Cup. What about like a Fed Cup captain role or something like that in the future?
I could see that. I love going to the Olympics to trade pins, and I think that's my ticket in, so I could definitely see me doing Fed Cup work. Thank you.